Right, this is a Mark II Clio. More specifically, it's my dad's Mark II Clio, affectionately referred to as the Nail, or Jimmy. It got the name the Nail because it's the cheapest car in the family. 650 quid this cost, and it's had some bits done to it, like new brakes and stuff, but 650 quid for a car that goes and sort of stops isn't bad at all. And the name Jimmy came about because of a character called Jimmy Nail from an old show my dad used to watch, so it's called that now. It was originally brought for my mum to use, but then my dad started using it every now and then, and now it's become his car of choice. It used to be a Vauxhall Astra, but the whole family loathes that thing. We're just waiting for the chain to snap so we could bin it. This one's got an earlier version of the same engine that was in my Clio, Renault's D4F engine. A 1.2 litre single overhead cam inline 4 with 75 horsepower. Commencing Jimmy starting procedure. Begin. I also tried recording some engine noises with the GoPro knockoff, so get a load of these noises. The interior is an interesting place to be. The seats are much more supportive than the Mark III Clio seats, and everything's made out of, like, the cheapest French plastic Renault could get their hands on. James May once said that, you know that tray you get in a box of chocolates? To Renault, that's a dashboard, and it's completely true. I suppose there are worse places to be. Could be in Digworth. This one's got a sub that takes up nearly half the boot space, and an 18-pound stereo, which actually don't sound too bad. It has a sunroof, which has been sealed shut because it leaks, a steering wheel the size of the moon, and one of the strangest feeling shifters ever. It's like stirring a spoon in a bowl of dense porridge. It also has the most useless cup holders I've ever seen. Like, what cup is this going to fit? This car also has a cable-operated clutch, unlike the Mark III, which was hydraulic. It's noticeably heavier to operate, but not too bad. The clutch is only the size of a tuppence after all. Also, the pedals feel a bit mushy too. In fact, a lot of the controls feel a bit numb compared to the Mark III. I thought this was just the car being old and worn out, but my brother owns literally the same car, and it too feels a bit mushy in the control department. Also, check out the absolute velocity of these lecky windows. Wow! Also, this one's a Mark II facelift. A good design, I think. You can clearly see how this evolved into the later Mark III. The pre-facelift Mark IIs also look good, I think. Especially the RS ones. Very tasty. I also think this is the last base model Clio that felt really tossable. It weighs just shy of a ton, and has wider tyres than other cars had in this segment at the time, so it's very go-kart-like. It's fun up until about 4th gear. You know what? Just roll the footage. Is this camera even pointing straight? I have no idea. It's better than nothing. So here we are, in another Clio. This one, of course, belonging to my dad, who bought it for 650 Great British pounds. Actually surprised he managed to find a car that cheap in this day and age. And you know what, for 650 quid's worth of car, it's not bad. I mean, it holds the road okay-ish. It suffers from the same thing that the Mark III suffers from. Well, I say suffers from. One of them is that the steering is so goddamn light. I mean, look at this. It feels like it's like not even connected to anything almost. Like in the Golf, you can actually get quite a lot of feedback through the wheel, and you actually know where the car's going to go, but in this, I'm more or less just guessing. You can also tell that it's a really lightweight car. This weighs like just shy of a ton, and you can tell. It's like driving a go-kart, but bigger. And all the controls in this feel numb and a bit mushy. Like this gear shifter, it feels like I'm, I don't know, it's like stirring a bowl of Play-Doh. Look at this. I'm hoping this will pick up on camera, like the amount of like movement that's coming through the knob. Like, I'm just going on and off the throttle and it's wiggling. This is a car. I've also been given strict orders to not exceed 3,000 RPM. This is my dad's pride and joy, and he'd rather it continue to function. That doesn't mean I can't try and give it a rev match. It's try. Yes. Rev's so slow. Although it does have literally the same engine that was in my old Clio, although an earlier version of it, so I don't really know what I was expecting. It's not fast. Its engine's quite lethargic. But it moves, it goes and it stops just. They're pulling away from me. Oh god, this thing is slow. Stick it in 4th. This isn't much of an improvement, although there are things that this car is better at than the Mark III. One, this handles way better, because there's less body roll, and of course it's lighter. So you chuck this into a bend, and it actually goes round the bend. You did that in the Clio, and it leans over. And I think the steering's a bit better, mainly because it's just slightly heavier, and I mean slightly. Honestly, I think this is just as fun as the Mark III. dare I say slightly more so. The one thing that really lets us down is this mushy gearbox. I mean, had this had the gearbox on the Mark III, I think this would literally be the best car ever made. But no. This car's also like driving a greenhouse. I can see everything out of this thing. I can see into next week. There's that much visibility in this. Round the roundabout, look at the speed. There's 3 grand. Change up to third. Wow. There's also a lot of like powertrain, drivetrain shunt in this thing. Like you get on and off the throttle and the car goes like it stutters a bit. This is a weird car. Also the steering wheel's cockeyed and we're going straight. We're gonna go great. I want to get back to like a 50-mile-an-hour speed area at the moment and give it some beanage. It should be marginally quicker than the Mark III because this is lighter and has the same engine. You just pull out in front of... Oh, he's got a jag, it's fine. And he speeds away. But it's okay because he's got a drag. I'm going to absolutely mash my foot to the floor. Watch this. Speed. 40. 50. We're going downhill. What a machine this is. I don't know if that picked up on camera then. The brake pedal squeaks. And on top of that, the brakes themselves squeak. But no, this thing is actually fun to drive. Like, unironically. I think the Mark III, if you want more practicality, get a Mark III. If you want more fun, get a Mark II. I can see where the RS versions of these are really sought after, because even with the base engine in it, this is still quite fun. Also, this thing buzzes and fizzes whenever it moves. Like, we're doing like, what, 50 miles an hour? I can hear something rattling under the seat. The pedals are vibrating, so's the wheel, and now it's chucking it down. It was completely bone dry like 2 seconds ago. Where did this come from? Jag's pulled into the petrol station. No doubt he won't pay. There was a lawnmower there for sale for £880. That's more than this car cost. Which one would you rather own? Mark II Clear with glorious engine or lawnmower? The absolute gear knob wiggle. Like, oh, national speed limit. You know what that means. 45! What a machine! Bro, why is you braking? Speed limit 60. I tried to put it in 6 again, it doesn't have one. We're gonna die. Get out of my way. Whee! Oh my god, jeez. I'm on the hunt for a Peugeot 206. I've yet to see one. I'm literally checking every single driveway for a 206. There's that thing, an MG. There's no Peugeot though. National speed limit, time to give it the beans. Oh my god, it's downhill. Get a load of the speed. 45 miles per hour. My foot's pinned. He's actually accelerating up the hill. This is unprecedented levels of speed. Look at the movement. You can't park there, Jesus Christ. Depending on like what speed or what revs the engine's doing, like different parts of the car vibrate at different frequencies. Like, why does this road change to 40 and then immediately back to 30? What's the point? This country. Why does nobody own a Peugeot 206 anymore? I saw one earlier when I wasn't filming. Now that I'm rolling, no, they'll go away. That's a tight bend. But the Clio can handle it. Watch this. The speed. My dad's probably wincing watching this. I mean, this whole video was his idea. There's a Peugeot, was that a 308 in front? That's probably about as good as it's gonna get. The speed. I accidentally hit 3,200 RPM. Nobody tell my dad I did that. There's a Polo GTI behind me. I bet he's just itching to get past. I am trying my hardest to do 60. It's not easy. Can I heel toe shift this? Holy shit, I actually can. This thing is brilliant. The sun is blinding me. I can't see the speedo. My eyes. Oh, what an absolute penis with his shitty F1 brake light. I bet his penis is enormous. He's so cool. You know, I think that's enough Clioing for one day. Get this stupid thing off my head. I mean, look at this thing. We're in neutral and it's just... What a machine. Subscribe to GrogTV.